enough of that. Right. Hi guys, it's Rage Well podcast, podcast about films, TV, and other shit. We're back for episode 2. I'm Kev with Drew and James. I'll stop doing these silly intros, but just so you know, as to begin with. But yeah,
We've got our
now I
first
don't know
fan,
what to
by
talk
the way.
about because we talked about all the films we saw in the last episode.
We've
What?
got our first fan
Where's that?
here.
Brilliant. So, just to remind you, this is a podcast, so people can't see what you're doing. So, James,
really?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
there
good point.
Yeah.
Oh, is it just the audio?
Oh no, we're doing both, but not everyone's going to watch it as well. Are
Yeah,
they?
now they're going to have to watch the video.
They're not going to see the bit where James picks up a
You
fan.
ruined it. Spoiler alert, Kev.
I mean,
Sorry,
it was so
I just given it away. Spoilers.
unfunny.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of cutting that bit.
I thought you were going to add the laugh noise.
All of us strangers was so bad I felt like cutting myself. So
But that was the last episode, James. So
yeah, I know,
Right.
but still,
So
I'm
yeah,
never going to
we're not
forget that
talking
film.
about that film again. Anyway, tell you what, did watch this week. I watched Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Classic movie.
okay,
That's the
Have you
Samuel
you've
Jackson
both
one.
seen
Yeah.
that? I take it.
man, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I'd say it's
Jeremy
my favourite. Jeremy
Irons.
Irons.
man, eating his
He
eggs.
does as well.
It always makes me
Something
want to eat an egg.
else.
That scene for some reason. I don't know.
It's so good. I forgot how good it was. It's definitely my favourite Die. I've watched all 3 recent in the past
All 3.
couple of weeks.
There's more than 3 Die Hard films, Kev. There's about 6.
Nope. There's
The
only
3 good
3.
ones. The 3 good ones.
Actually, number 4
No.
wasn't too bad, but it was
4,
silly.
is that where the
Number
internet goes
3.
down?
Yeah,
Which is the one where
0.4.
the internet goes down? That
Yeah,
was
Die
really
Hard
good.
0.4.
And uses a motorbike to take down a helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why was it called
Of course.
4.0? I couldn't quite work out why it was called a 4.0. Was there a reason?
Probably
the-
because of the computery thing, isn't it?
Yes, the computer thing. Yeah.
But I
guess.
didn't realise. Well, I was watching Die with a Vengeance, and it's old, but it doesn't look that old. And they're running down the street, John McClane and Zeus, Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson, and in the background is the Twin Towers. I was like, holy fuck! I thought this was like early 2000s. It's
we get off this subject quick?
1995.
Wow.
How old do you feel now? That was out when I was 12.
I'm going to show self-control and
I
not
love that.
mention the Twin Towers. But what I will mention
Good.
is... I wasn't going to forget what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, that was it. For 10 points, what's Bruce Willis's actual name? Because it's not
Good
Bruce
point.
Willis.
I do not know. I know it's a different
I
name.
can't think
but
of it
I
off the
don't
top of
know
my
what it is.
head. Like, it's not Bruce Willis.
Bryce.
Rice.
No, Bryce.
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 No, it's not that. It's not Bryce Wallace, if that's what you were going to say. It's a totally different name, right? Baz.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Do you want to know, or are you trying to guess?
No,
I've just
no,
Googled
I
it.
can't remember. You just Googled it, because I am.
His name.
Brian.
His name is
Brian.
Walter.
Walter
Bruce Willis. Bruce is his
Walter
middle
Willis. Basically Walter White.
Walter Willis.
Walter Willis. It's not really that menacing, is it, Walter Willis?
name. He had a German mother and an American dad who met when they're on a military base. That's what Google tells me.
Yeah, it's like Vin Diesel's
Born in
real name is Mark
1955.
Vincent. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Who?
Mark Vincent. It's just not Bruce Willis.
Vin Diesel.
Sorry, Vin Diesel is Mark Vincent. Because
What's Leonardo DiCaprio as well? He
He's
had
not
a-
called
he had an
Vin
interest-
Diesel, is he? That's like being called Lance Uppercut.
DiCaprio's
Like,
name?
you don't get cool names like that. I once knew a
Leonardo
guy called
DiCaprio
Xander
not
Wolf.
his real
That was
name?
quite cool.
No.
Pardon? What's that?
Leonardo DiCaprio is not his real name.
Shut up.
Oh, it's Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio. So it is.
Oh,
So
is
it
it?
is his real name.
Yeah,
Drew,
right.
for fuck's sake.
Well, maybe he
You
changed
are-
it by. I swear he did.
Wilhelm,
in the
is he
documentary,
German?
had a different name.
Wilhelm's a very German name.
Beginning of True, finding a nation.
I think he is German.
Drew,
I think he's got
We're
elements
going to
of
get
German in
complaints if
him.
you start spitting out inaccurate facts here. At least when my facts are wrong, I believed they were
It's-
right.
It says here Leonardo DiCaprio had difficulty finding an agent. When he found one, the agent suggested DiCaprio change his name to Lenny Williams to appear more American, and he
Yeah, that guy
declined.
didn't know what
And
he
he
was
kept his
talking
real
about. He
name.
should have sacked him. Lenny Williams, Lenny
Lenny
Williams,
Wills.
or Leonardo DiCaprio. One's a movie
Imagine
star.
that.
One is a bloke that works in Greg's.
In The
Disclaimer: there's
Departed,
nothing wrong with
Lenny
working in
Williams.
Greg's.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Can we just throw something out? Leonardo DiCaprio, not nominee for Best Actor of All Time.
What?
Nomination for
What
Best
film?
Actor of all
Should he
time.
got it for?
No, I'm saying in general. Is he? Do you think he's one of the best of all time? Top 5 at least.
I think he's pretty good. For me, Denzel Washington's probably one of my favorite of all time.
I think, yeah, I think it's difficult to rate actors like that because they've all different talents and different niches. But if you've all seen Killers of the Flower Moon, he's incredible in that.
If you look
Yeah,
at
so I
body
really
of
wanna
work,
see that.
though, body of work,
Oh,
you
yeah,
look
no,
at the
he's got
films Leonardo
tons of stuff.
DiCaprio has
He's-
done. Love or hate it, Titanic. I don't like it, but it's a film. The Beach, The Departed,
It's a great film.
freaking
I enjoyed
Basketball
Titanic. I
Diaries.
enjoyed it.
Basketball
Yeah,
Diaries,
he's
even that was
fucking amazing
crazy.
in that. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you've
Well, he
got
plays
him in
a heroin addict.
Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, like Catch Me If You Can.
Mate, What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Mate,
That was
you forgot
good.
the first one.
Yeah.
He was nominated for that at a young age.
Like his body of work is insane. Like Denzel's good, but he's. I love obviously Man on Fire. I love the Equalizer
Trading Day.
movies, but he's Denzel Washington in a different movie. He never.
Well, I don't know. If you watch Fences, have you seen Fences? That's a
brilliant.
Denzel Washington masterpiece. That's
Mate,
You get
incredible.
two types of actor,
Flight.
don't you?
He's brilliant in Flight, man. He's seen
But
Flight.
there's two-
That would have been a
but he's still
beamer if it
Denzel on a
wasn't for
plane.
him.
He's still Denzel on a plane.
You'd be
If you
insane
look
about
at
anyone.
Yeah, but you said that
No.
about Jude Law.
But
Jude
going
Law
back
is
to
in nothing.
DiCaprio, another from last episode, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with DiCaprio, that scene, one of the best scenes, well, two of the scenes DiCaprio improvised. Two of the best scenes in that film are the one where he messes his lines up and he goes into his little porta cabin thing and smashes it
Brilliant.
up and goes mental.
Yeah.
That was not in the script. The script was Tarantino saying, "You've got to be frustrated with yourself. Do something." And then he did that, and he went berserk. But it wasn't just mental for the sake of it. It was really calculated.
Yeah.
And the second scene was the one, the camera does the pan round the table when he's in the act, when he's
Oh,
filming
yeah.
opposite the other cowboy guy, and he
Yes,
messes
the line.
up, and the camera goes right back to
And
him.
Yeah.
And he redoes it. It's so good because it's so far into the scene.
Scene.
He doesn't mess up in the first sentence. He messes up on the 70th, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Damn it," and then goes straight back into it again. It's just like, wow.
You know the scene in
So
The Joker
funny.
where Joaquin Phoenix punches the time machine off the wall? The clocking in card punches
Yeah.
it off the wall.
Was it
That was improvised. That wasn't in the script.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That was
Leonardo
film.
DiCaprio
That
can
film.
become different people. There's two types of actors. They're both good. We'll pick an obvious one, Kevin Hart and The Rock. They're just Kevin Hart and The Rock in different movies. They don't transform themselves. Then you've got the other end of the scale, Christian Bale, love him or hate him, Jared Leto, who make you believe they are a different
Yeah, he's-
person.
Jared Leto is brilliant. He just keeps getting put in terrible films.
He's a bit weird. Did you hear about him and the Suicide Squad situation? What happened?
Well, he filmed loads
Will
of scenes,
Smith
didn't
hates
he?
him. Well, Will
He was
Smith
meant
hates
to be
him.
in loads of it.
Did you not? That was because they cut his things. Did you not hear what he was doing to the cast?
No.
Oh,
He
he's
was
sending
like-
them weird things to their
He
hotel
was
room.
sending them like switchblades and like dead animals and like used condoms and like weapons and like
Oh.
almost like threats and stuff. Like he went full method actor. A bit like when Jim Carrey went to that awards show and everyone thought he was mental because he was getting into the character of one of his. Another one, Jim Carrey, the number 23. How good is he in that?
Oh, that's a great film. Yeah. No, Jim Carrey's done. He's a shapeshifter as well. He does amazing stuff. Have you
Chameleon,
seen?
yeah.
Like you get
No.
good, like Kevin Hart's still a good actor, so The Rock's entertaining, but they are just them. They don't like Christian Bale's top of the pile. I mean,
Perfect
how
example,
many
yeah.
years he's taken off his life for the stuff he's done in The Machinist, for example. And
Yeah.
then what's the one where he's really fat? Like he's really fat in one, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he plays the
Political one. Yeah.
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 But
And then he's in like Batman.
going back to Jim
and he's like
Carrey,
shreddermified.
have you seen Kidding? Jim Carrey Kidding.
Oh my god, it's
No.
amazing. Season 1. Yeah.
About he's like
Child
one of
entertainer.
those American TV presenters where there's like little puppets and he's like talking to kids and being friendly and that, but his world's crumbling in his personal life and his sister's a bit crazy. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it was a
Another
masterpiece,
one.
man.
You
We're
wouldn't know
talking
it was
about
Jim
the
Carrey
goats.
because he's so subdued
We're talking about the goats.
and
Robin
his
Williams.
dark crimes. That
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Did you see?
Robin Williams,
Did you see his
definitely.
wife died recently?
no.
Did you see that? Jim Carrey's wife died
Who, Jim
recently.
Carrey's?
Yeah.
Oh god, no.
Oh
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
I'm talking about Robin Williams. You need to pick a person and stick with it because you just changed
No,
subject
Jim-
twice and went flip back
No,
again.
because you just
I
showed
don't know
me
who you're
Jim
talking
Carrey
about
in that
anymore.
picture because he looks like
Oh,
John
right.
Wick at his wife's funeral.
Yeah, I saw that. That was not a nice thing.
Was that recent?
That was a tough
Maybe it
one.
wasn't that
That was
recent.
a couple of years ago. That was before the pandemic. That was a while back.
Oh, okay. Wow. How
that's
old do
really
you think
sad,
Jim
man.
Carrey is without looking quickly? Just off the top of your head, how old's Jim Carrey?
He's in
57.
his 60s, early 60s, like 61 or something.
62.
Oh yeah, it was his 62nd birthday. He had the guys around.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he was on Instagram and stuff, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he had Adam Sandler and I can't remember
Yeah,
the other dude.
that seems like that would be a fun party. That one.
Yeah.
I
Just
would
a
definitely
quick
be
one.
at that one.
Has anyone seen? I'm not saying it's a good film. It's just really to go on to another fact. Has anyone seen Morbius?
No, it looks awful. I do not want to see
Do you know
that.
what? It's actually pretty good. And matey boy in it, the guy that played Doctor Who, Matt
Smith.
Smith. It's really good. It's not. It's a bit of a weird one. It starts off super like crappy, like oh this is gonna be awful. Then it kind of gets you, and like it's pretty good. But Jared Leto in that right is shreddermified. He's 52 years old.
Oh
Like-
yeah, he is.
That is proof that
Yeah, he's
vampires
fit.
exist, surely.
Yeah.
Also, how good was he in American Psycho?
But there's loads of older people these days that are absolutely ripped.
Have you seen Liz Hurley
mean-
these days?
Talking about bloody Will Smith, he's
Liz
still.
Hurley is
big,
like
isn't he?
60 years old and looks better than most 21
Drew,
year
are
olds.
you filming stuff? You little weirdo.
Yeah, but when I send you it, you'll see why.
Are you doing one of those split screen photos again?
I'm
You
not.
just press record and I just went, Will Smith's ripped. Stop taking things out of context. Go.
She was
Right.
job. How old
Goldie
is Liz
Hawn.
Hurley?
I don't know, you've got a phone in front of you.
Yeah, but I'm showing you the video. You need to go Google the age.
I don't
I'll give you
care.
the age.
I thought it was 97 now. 65
Okay, so she's older than all
is
our
the year
mums.
she was
Right?
born in. So 30, 40,
Oh,
50,
for fuck's sake.
She's older than all our mums.
59.
She looks after herself.
There's looking up vampires. Vampires are real. She is
You'll
one.
look
Jared
like that
Leto's
in
another
20
one.
years' time.
That little peanut head from the little rap band Pharrell. He's one.
Pharrell.
Yeah, Pharrell Williams. He looks like 21 years old.
Yeah, but Brad Pitt is like 60 something and he looks
Yeah, but he looks old as
great.
shit.
He's like literally doing a Benjamin Button in
no,
real life.
no. He is younger
What,
than
Brad Pitt?
Jared Leto's younger than Brad. Jared Leto's about Brad Pitt age, right? And Jared Leto looks 22 years old,
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, all right.
and he's also shreddermified. It doesn't make any sense. Watch Morbius. It's actually really. It's you talk about these Sunday afternoon films you watch. We don't have to pay too much attention, but they like catch your eye. Give Morbius a watch. It's just come out on Netflix. It's actually quite. Get past the first 20 minutes when get to the bit where Matt Smith gets into it. Also, first major movie I've seen him in. Is that right?
Isn't it supposed to have Venom and stuff in it? Morbius and the Spider-Man
It's
guys.
in the
Is it
universe,
same
yeah. At the
universe?
very
Spider
end
guy.
of at the very end of Venom.
Is there
Sorry, at the very end of Morbius, one of the bad guys comes in from the Marvel universe, which is actually really cool, and you don't see it coming. You will now, because I told
Okay,
you. But
but
don't
the
spoil it.
problem is, right, all these films, I mean, I still watch them more or less, but they're annoying because all these little end credit bullshit, little 30-second
it's not in credit;
snippets
it's just at the end of the
do
film.
not connect. No, listen, they do not connect. The argument online as well that people are saying there's just a million of these films and all these little end credit bits go into the ether. At the end of was it Eternals, and bloody
Never watched it.
Harry Styles crops up.
Oh,
What the fuck's Harry Styles doing
This isn't an
here?
end
He's not
credit
coming
film.
back.
This isn't an end credit scene, though. It's just the end of the film.
And then what?
I don't think there's an end credit scene on Morbius.
Those other
It's
ones
just
where
the end
someone
of the
picks
film.
up bloody what's the fish man called? Someone picks up the fish man when he's
Aquaman.
picks him up from a puddle because he's pissed, and there's no point to it. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about Aquaman? Full stop. What a shit film.
This is just the end of the movie. It's not an end credit. It's just the end of the film. But it's actually really I really enjoyed Morbius, and I didn't think I would, so I put off watching it. And like I said, first 20 minutes, you're like,
no, because it's
nothing
shit.
does well at the cinemas.
It full on.
Drew, I went to see this film at the cinema the other day. There was 6 people in there. Nothing does well at the cinemas. It's not a thing anymore.
Well, cinema is dying because of Netflix and stuff, man. It's just becoming
finished.
quite,
It's over.
you know.
James doesn't
It's just
like All of Us
hanging on by a
Strangers,
thread
like a
now.
really emotional, in-depth film, but loves Morbius.
Yeah, because it's fucking cool.
Your taste
cinema's
is being
dead. Like,
questioned.
there'll be no more. The only cinemas that will be around in 3 years will be the Everyman cinemas. Have you been to one of them before?
Yeah, but no, I go to cinema. I go to all. I've been to all those, but I tell you what, like you're not a fan of like these young actors doing really well that are about to get awards, but you love a really fit pensioner dressed up as a vampire. James is into sexy pensioners.
That sounds like a next Marvel film.
I don't understand how the
the
cinemas
X-Men.
even afford to be open. The last 4 or 5 times I've been to the
The
cinema,
sexy
there's
men.
been less than 10 people in the screen.
Yeah, I went on Sunday morning. Granted, it was 10 o'clock in the morning, and there was 3 people in the IMAX, and the IMAX is huge. There's 3 other people apart from me, and
That's
Yeah,
frightening. though, mate.
normally
What
when I go
people-
to the cinema, it's with Reef on a Saturday, prime time, or Sunday early-ish, and it's like 6 people in there.
right. Do you know when the busiest time at the cinema? When I go to the cinema and I see like an old film, like they've re-released a 50-year-old anniversary of The Wicker Man or whatever, every seat is taken up. Every
You know why,
single
though, don't
seat.
you?
When
You know
they
why?
show all the old films, fully booked.
But you know why, don't you?
I tell you what, I'd love to go and
Because
see in the
if
cinema.
Lost Boys?
Go on. Oh yeah.
7.
Yeah.
7. Ooh. I've got a random fact about 7 as well.
Of course you do.
You know he has a bandage on his hand for half the film.
I know about this.
That's
Yeah.
because in the scene where he jumps down and lands in the skip,
He jumps over the car in the rain.
he lands on a skip, and he actually cut his hand really badly, so had to have it bandaged for the rest of the film.
Yeah. Well, it's actually when he's chasing
Yeah, he's running after
the John
Mabel.
Doe character across the cars. He slipped and broke his arm on the
Although I'm
windscreen.
going to throw something out there. At no point ever in any film has Kevin Spacey run. How about that for a fact? You ever seen Kevin Spacey running?
He does in Usual Suspects.
I was going to say he hobbly
No.
runs in that.
He does
does
not.
hobbly
He
run.
walks and then walks in a straight line. He does not hobbly run. He walks
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
but he-
quick. He does a brisk walk.
Well, he hop. But it's like if you cut the 2 films together, you could have him hobbly running in 7 and then going into the limp for The Usual Suspects, and they're kind of.
Two things off the back of this. One, Usual Suspects, greatest twist in Hollywood history.
Yeah, someone ruined it for me, man.
Really, I think it might be when he has the Kobayashi on the cup. It's my favourite film of all time, so I know everything about it. So
Yeah.
that might be the best twist ever, and the best cast ever. And do you know another fact about that film? When they did the lineup, none of them were meant to laugh. but because
Yeah, I knew you were
Benicio del Toro and his brother shot someone. What's his real name? One of the Baldwins. Which Baldwin
Stephen.
was it in there? Stephen Baldwin.
It's Stephen.
When he was like, "Give me the fucking money," they were like pissing themselves, legit. They were like, and they ended up just giving up because they couldn't do it properly. Best casting ever. Benicio del Toro, incredible.
Oh, he's brilliant.
But what was the one? Sorry.
Have you seen The Way of the
I
Gun?
like him in Snatch.
Have you seen The Way of the Gun with Benicio del Toro?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant. And Ryan.
Oh, going back. Sorry, going back to 7. What are your opinions of what's in the box at the end? Is it the baby fetus or the head?
Well,
It's her head, man.
the head.
It's the wife's
You
head.
don't see the head.
Yeah,
You do. There's a quick
It's the
flash.
head.
No,
This is a non-question. It's the head.
it's not the head.
Mate, I think you're getting this mixed up with the suitcase in Pulp Fiction.
No. I think it's a
It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head in the
thingy
suitcase in
effect.
Pulp Fiction.
It's one of those Mandela effects. I don't think you actually see what's in there.
I swear there's a real quick.
I think it's a
just Googled
Mandela
it. It's
effect.
made clear that it contains Tracy's severed head.
That it's 10.
Are
It's
you
like a
Googling
10-second
that?
Very
clip.
clear.
Show me a picture.
Yeah, I've just googled it. It's made very clear that it's her head.
But okay, this is interesting though.
Yeah, but
Talking
show me a
about
picture.
things we think things are.
That Mandela effect's interesting. Yeah,
What is the suitcase? What is in the suitcase in Pulp Fiction?
it's just a gold light.
Sex toys?
But show
Or
me a
is it,
picture, a
thingy's soul?
screenshot of that
People
head
think
in a
it's-
box.
Well, it's
People think it's Marcellus Wallace's soul.
it's none and all that you don't know and you're never meant to know. It's one of those ones, like you say, it's to create debate. It's never
Yeah, the
explained.
ambiguous.
And I've seen
look,
an
look.
interview with Tarantino, and he says, "I know it's in the case. I'm not telling anyone. I know it's in it, but it's not for me to decide what you think's in it."
Ah, that's
And
it.
Tarantino does that all the time. I know the backstory of this character. I know why he did this. I know that Brad Pitt, when he shot his wife with the spear gun on the boat in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I know if it was deliberate or an accident. I ain't telling you though. He knows it all. He's done his backstory of each.
course, yeah.
He creates a character and then puts him in a film. He doesn't make a film and just put people doing things. He creates
Here's one for
individuals
you.
and whole backstories and then puts them together.
This is off
So I
Quora,
think
the
that's
quoting
why I
website.
like him, because he's so interesting. What are you talking about?
So this is off Quora, the box still. So this is off Quora. You don't see the head in the box because the scene isn't about the head in the box. The scene is about Mill's reaction. The particulars of what's in the box could not matter less because you're supposed to be seeing that moment Mill's becoming angry. So no one knows what's in the
But
box.
it is made
no one ever
clear
knew.
it's the head.
They didn't make clear. it's
Because
the head.
the last-
no one mentioned a head.
because
No one
the
said
last-
anything.
The last 7 deadly sin is wrath,
He
isn't
says-
it?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he says, I
and she's
took a
pregnant.
souvenir.
Yeah, and she's pregnant
John
with a
Doe
baby
says, "I
inside
took
of
a
her that she's
souvenir."
about to give birth to.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
John
could have been
Doe
the
says,
baby
I took a
fetus.
souvenir. I took a souvenir, your wife's pretty head. And that is the exact dialogue.
Yes. It's made clear, whether you see it or not, it is made clear what it is.
I don't know.
And then when Morgan Freeman opens the box, you see the blonde hair. That's clearly not a baby
No, you
fetus.
don't. No, you don't.
Very hairy
you do.
baby. You do,
Show
you
me a
do
picture
see
of the
hair.
blonde hair.
You do.
That's Mandala.
Mandala.
And I swear to God, I'm gonna find a screen grab to show you.
Find
You
a
see the
picture of
hair.
the blonde hair in a box.
Yeah, he opens it and he goes, "Ugh," and he says, oh man, what's it? Tell Summers that John's got the upper hand. Like he uses that really cool line, and everyone's like, "What's going on?"
Find
And
a
then it's
picture
like,
of the blonde hair or any reference to a head in the box that's actually on the film, not just like writing.
Well, we'll need to watch it again, won't we?
yeah, I'll take a screen grab of it when I'm
Just
watching
like,
it.
so you find one out, just Google it. You just put it in end of thingy head in box.
I'm sure I
whatever.
read
And then
somewhere
they'll
where
surely
they-
if it was
They put her head in, whether they showed it on screen or not, it's different. I don't know.
they didn't put a head in it. She's still alive now. She's married to Knobhead
look,
from
they
They
Coldplay.
put a
Box
fake
around
head
it.
in.
That's
But
fake.
they
That's a
put a
fake
fake head
photo. Yeah, that's not actually in the movie, though, is it?
You're a fake photo.
Also, that's what Chris Martin sees every night.
No, he doesn't. He's not with her
Not
anymore.
anymore. They're not together, man.
Oh, is he not? Can you remember the candle she brought out?
He's with. Who's he with now?
You're talking about
Drew
the
remembers
vagina
a
candle
candle.
that set someone's house on fire.
If we're talking about disgusting candles, you know the
No,
salt
do you not
burns.
remember the candle she brought out that smelled
Yeah, I
like
know about that, but you know they
her
brought
bits and
out.
bobs?
Yes, we
200
know,
quid.
James. You'd have to say it. Saltburn brought out a candle of Jake Elordi's bathwater.
Vagine. Are you going to give up with finding his photos? It doesn't exist.
I'm
Oh,
going to
he's
continue.
Chris Martin's is with Dakota Johnson now.
Oh, she's in that new spider person thing, isn't she?
Madam Web.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she's the one in
I
50
can't be
Shades
asked
of
for that.
Yeah,
50 Shades of Grey.
I wasn't
There's not
interested.
50
but I'm
Shades of
kind
Grey though. I went to
interested in it
Homebase
now.
and there's like 12.
What?
Those movies are awful, aren't they?
What films?
The 50 Shades films.
Well, I haven't watched it. It's very clearly meant for women.
No, they're proper stupid. Like, there's one scene where the guy's helicopter goes down and they're all panicking. They're like, oh, he might be dead. And literally 5 minutes later, he walks in the door. He's like, hello. There's like no suspense on the entire movie. There's a scene where someone's pointing a gun at him and he's like, give me the gun. And they're like, yeah, right.
So look,
There's
that's,
like no suspense. What's
that's
that?
that's the scene. That's Morgan Freeman's hand,
Drake.
and he
I don't
opens.
even know what I'm looking at right now.
That's very pixelated. You need to send that into the group.
Yeah, no, you need to send it to
I
the
can-
world because people are going to be watching this fuming at you for lying.
I'm not lying, man.
There's no blonde hair. There's
Not
no
lying,
reference
yeah.
at all to the fact that her head is in that
Def-
box. He could have put her favourite
There is,
mug
man.
in there.
This
There's
better not be
dialogue. John
Mandela
Doe,
effect
there's-
because everything James says sounds wrong. So
Yeah.
either it's Mandela
But-
effect or he's wrong.
Normally, it ends up right.
Or, as back then, you'd have a cinema release, a VHS release, and then a more modern DVD release, and they would all have slightly different versions. So you could have seen a different version because I had the VHS.
Nah, I'm right.
Okay, here's an interesting thing. When I read the screenplay by Andrew Kevin Walker, right?
Well done, Kev.
Originally, it's Morgan Freeman shoots John Doe, and his line is when the police come and say they're coming to get him, and he says, no, he says, why did you do that or something? And his final line would have been, I'm retired. So it's like, because he was
There you go.
always trying to retire, but he never gets a chance. And I thought that was cool. Here's another exciting thing. He shoots John Doe 7 times.
That's cool. Can you remember when you were little and you read the Jurassic Park novel by Richard Crichton or John Crichton and it said, oh shit, there's a velociraptor, and you got all psyched because there was a swear word in the kid's book?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember.
In the book of Jurassic
film.
Park, there's the quote, oh shit, there's a velociraptor, by I think John or Richard Crichton. I can't remember the person's name. And you'd find
think
the
it might be
page and be
James.
like, oh, it says shit. Back in
I just
95
remember.
when it came out.
I remember watching those films and then going to McDonald's and getting those cool big like cups that had all of the cool artwork of Jurassic Park on there.
Do
you
you know
guys
what pissed me
remember that?
off recently? When I found
There's
out
no
that
Happy Meals?
they invented velociraptors for Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but they also invented the ones that spit that stuff to lost.
No, they were real. Dilophosaurus are real.
man, what-
Velociraptors were
Yeah, but it doesn't
real,
spit
but they
black
were
liquid.
literally
It
like
doesn't
this
spit.
big.
Yeah, but it
They
doesn't
were like
spit black.
raptors were that big with like feathers, and they made them big and scary for Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but they also don't spit black like tar in your face that melts.
Well, no
I
one
actually don't
knows
know
really,
about
do
that.
they? Right, without
Well, yeah, no,
looking,
I mean it's not.
closest
But I know
person
the
to the
raptors are
year,
fake.
closest person to the year to guess Jurassic Park release date.
95.
1995.
Well, neither of you closer because you got this pick the
No,
same
93.
frickin' number.
93.
93.
Do you know why I know it's
93?
93? Because Reef's advent calendar was a 30th anniversary Jurassic Park calendar.
Yeah,
10
and
points to Slytherin.
I saw it last year for the 30th anniversary in the cinema, and it was amazing,
Yeah.
and it was better than the
That was
new
when practical
Jurassic
effects
Parks.
were a thing. To
So
be
good.
fair to them, as far as reboots go, the Jurassic World movies have been pretty decent. I haven't seen the last one you said was rubbish, but the other ones were pretty good.
It's really bad, but I did like the
Is
first
it?
couple. I did like the new
The
ones, but
first one of the new
last one's
ones
really
was
bad.
really good.
The good bits about the newest one, the only good bits about the newest one is the fact
Is the
that
end?
Sam Neill and Laura Dern are in it again.
Yeah, it brings everyone together.
But it's and Jeff Goldblum obviously, but the story's terrible and the action's pointless. It's terrible. But talking about something new, have you seen the new trailer for the film If? If.
Wait,
Oh
if,
yeah, with
as in, wait.
Ryan
As in, it's not a
Imaginary
remake of the
Friend.
film If back in the day, is
Ryan
it?
Reynolds.
No, it stands for Imaginary Friend. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Have you seen the original film If? From like I want to say
Is that like the
70s or
sequel to It?
80s? No.
No, I
There's a
don't know what
film
you're
we
talking about.
studied it.
No, If.
We studied it in
the
film
new-
studies, and half of the film is in color, and half of the film is in black and white. It's called If. It's bloody terrible, and they were like, "Oh, why do you think half the film's in color, half's in black and white?" And we were like, "Oh, maybe it's like these are bits they're imagining and like all this sort of stuff." It turns out the
That-
budget was so. Yes, it turns out the budget was so bad they ran out of money for color film, so they filmed like parts of the film. It's not even like half and half. As in the first half
Oh,
is
weird.
color, the
That's-
second half's black and white. It's different sections of the film are black and white, and you're like, oh, because there's like fight scenes that are black and white, and you're like, oh, maybe they're imagining it. And it turns out the budget was so bad they couldn't afford, if I remember it correctly.
1968, that is, with
We studied
Malcolm
that in film studies.
McDowell from A Clockwork Orange. No, I'm not talking about that, obviously. Talking about If, the new film with Ryan Reynolds, Imaginary
I've not
Friend.
heard that one.
It looks good. It looks good.
Also, bring
Like
up
John
60s
Krasinski
movies that no
And
one's seen.
We'll talk about the 60s fucking film, you idiot. Not talking about Malcolm McDowell film that no one's heard of, apart from someone who did film studies in the
Hair
early
film.
2000s. But the new film If looks good. It's like part Pixar, part real live action. Like the little
that's
girl
cool.
can
Alright.
see imaginary friends, and then she sees all these little monsters. It's like Monsters Inc. with humans as well.
That sounds
That
cool.
Sounds really good.
Crossbreed.
Yeah, I think you'll like. I think Reef will love it. It looks
be
like a
fair-
perfect kid film.
To be fair, so
Well, please.
Reef. You say Reef is into that. He's buzzing for the new Godzilla versus King Kong because that's what he's obsessed with at the moment.
Well, that looks terrible but fun. That looks like Argyle. It looks like a good
First
film.
time
that's
you've
brilliant for
ever
cinema,
seen.
but it's probably not
Also-
going to be amazing.
First time you've ever seen Godzilla run in a movie.
Oh yeah. I saw that in a trailer. You would
To be
do
fair,
though if you
their
had King
special
Kong chase.
effects are spot on. Like I don't know what's going on with Disney and Marvel at the moment, but their special, like the She-Hulk special effects are so bad. Like you'd get mad if you played a video game with those special effects.
Yeah, well,
They're just
like we know,
awful.
they spent more on that than they did on some whole Marvel films.
I've spent
But-
more
and
on my
another-
lunch today than they spent on She-Hulk.
Have you seen? No, they spent too much on She-Hulk. They just did it
Yeah, but
badly.
doing what? What's
that?
Drew doing? Rainbow.
Rainbow.
What's going on?
Yeah, but that film,
No.
no, mate, that film's old school, right? That was in like 1995 or something. But
That's
There's a
not
really
even
cool
school.
bit
We're
where
talking about a film
these
from the
kids-
60s.
that's true. But these kids, they steal the treasure or the jewels from the rainbow. And the coolest part of the film is gradually the film turns black and white. And then it's not till the kids.
different. It's like random scenes. And
Yeah, but this is cool because it's not till the kids put the jewels back into the rainbow, and they have to wait till the rainbow comes again to put the actual jewels back in, and then the film goes back to color. But
How random.
as the color's fading, people in the street start fighting and becoming violent and hate each other, and then one of the wise characters like, "We need color back in our lives, otherwise it's going to be chaos."
It's a
I
kids'
love how
film. I
we've all
take
just
it.
seen such shit films.
Yeah, but it's deep, man. It was a really deep film.
It's
man.
got
It was
Bob
powerful.
Hoskins. I'm surprised I've not
Yeah,
seen
man.
that.
Yeah,
Bob Hoskins.
Yeah.
well worth it, man.
But have you seen the new trailer for this one as well? Ungentlemanly Warfare.
No, but I like the
Oh,
trailer.
yeah,
Is that
man.
Nazi? because that
Yeah.
is a like World War II gun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's got
it's Thingy Bob.
Henry
It's
Cavill.
the new Guy Ritchie film.
Henry Cavill. It's got the guy from Reacher.
Henry Cavill's up in his game, isn't he?
Alan Richer, yeah. It's got Johnny Depp, Carrie Elwes. It's got fucking everyone in
Strong
here.
cast.
There's so many people in this film, and it is like, yeah, British military against Nazis.
That's like Guy Ritchie, isn't it? It's like Guy Ritchie's version of
Glorious Bastards.
yeah, Inglourious Basterds.
That's
Yeah,
great
yeah,
Type
yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
But
I was
that's
about to say
Stranger's
Schindler's
film.
List, but then that was definitely the wrong.
Let's not talk about that, James. We're not giving you an open to that film. Fucking hell.
Yeah, sorry, that's my bad. My bad. I
It is
just
your bad, you
literally.
can't bring up Nazis.
Well, that's 2
Well,
episodes.
technically, I didn't. You're the one.
We've done
The
2
common
episodes.
denominator in these talks.
Both episodes we've talked about Nazis, and
Stop
both
swearing at us,
Twin
Winston Churchill.
Towers. Right, episode 3. Can you just not?
Can I say
just
one
not.
thing I thought was really funny the other day, though? Someone
No.
posted a video of him playing
Told
chess.
Reef.
So, someone
By the way,
was
you might want to
playing
tell the audience
chess.
who Reef is. Wait. Tell the audience who Reef is, otherwise they won't have a clue what we're on about.
Oh yeah, it's the upcoming King of the World. So these two guys were playing chess, and they
James
had the
doesn't
two
know how to
castles
describe his
next to
own
each other.
son.
Bloody hell. Back to business though. Oh, new film coming out, Terrifier 3. Have you seen the first 2?
No.
So good.
I want
They're
to at
so
one time.
good. They're so good. Like you don't get
Cool.
movies like that. Now it's all practical effects. So no, it's a horror film with 0 CGI. It's all practical effects. So it looks disgusting. Have you seen them, Joe?
I've seen clips. It looks really gory.
Yeah, I've seen that behind the
They are
scenes. It's
hard.
like the little
Honestly,
kids just laughing while someone's being chopped up.
You'll
Yeah,
watch
it's
them
pretty brutal.
movies, and there is scenes in there that will they'll just be with you for life. It's like it's almost like
Well, the thing-
not a comedy, but like it's not scary.
It feels like a
Like, it's not-
documentary, though. It feels like a really.
It's not scary in the
creepy-
slightest. It's like a shocker.
I think it's scary.
rather than like there's no storyline like at all. Like the
Yeah, but it's
storyline is
just over the
so
top. It's not
vague.
scary. It's just gore. Gore is not scary, but it is
feels.
entertaining.
I think it feels real,
The
though. That's
gore
what's
is what
scary.
sticks
Like
with you.
when he follows the 2 girls into the cafe and he just sits there for ages, like looking at them and then licking a knife or whatever, and then just goes out and.
Honestly,
Punches
the
them.
murder scenes are horrendous. There's one
Yeah.
scene, the bedroom scene, where, oh my god, honestly, it's disgusting because it's practical effects and not CGI. It is horrendous to watch. It reminds me of watching the old Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street films. Before CGI was a thing and they had to do all practical effects.
Brilliant.
So they weren't scary, they were just like shocking.
Oh no,
but you should
Nightmare
watch
on
it
Elm
then.
Street. When I first watched that, when I was like 10 or 9 years old, that didn't give me nightmares, but it stayed with me. Getting
Thrown
Johnny
out there.
Depp
Do you
thrown
know
up on
who-
the ceiling and ripped apart
Oh,
with blood
yeah.
everywhere.
I was about to say, do you know who made their acting debut on Nightmare on Elm Street? But you just said it.
Yeah, and the scene where he gets dragged in a body
Same
bag
place to
through
Hufflepuff.
the school hall.
Yeah,
was creepy.
and then we've got the veins at the back of him operating like a puppet and stuff. But there was one that I did watch the Nightmare on Elm Street recently, and I was in stitches laughing. There's
Was
one
it
scene where they're in like
Dream
an alley.
Warrior?
Well, they're in an alley, and Freddy Krueger's got really long arms, like a baboon, like going. Woo! That's
Yeah,
the
he's
most
scraping the walls,
ridiculous
either
shit
side of
ever.
the walls.
But
Yeah.
it was so funny because his arms are so long, and you're like, oh, this is hilarious. But yeah, they're not
I mean,
scary,
bringing
as in
back-
like.
Well, they are when you're young. But like bringing back the practical effects, when I watched Die Hard with a Vengeance, that the difference of watching that 90s film where they've actually got a big budget and actually blew up a department store and actually flipped cars and actually blew up a train and stuff like that, it feels so much better because it's not, there's no CGI. They actually did these things, probably in a studio, so it's safe, but it's still real, if you know what I mean.
Who was the guy that played Freddy Krueger? Robert Englund. That was his name. Did he ever do
Robert-
anything that
Robert
wasn't
Englund.
Freddy Kruegerish?
Yeah, he did a bunch of stuff, but he's obviously mainly that. But like, I remember
I
when
still
they
think
brought
the
out
best
a
thing
new
the
Nightmare,
Fonz ever
that
did.
was a new Nightmare was
New
brilliant.
Nightmare is one of the worst films ever. Can you remember
It's
when
not,
the
it's so good.
Fonz did Scream?
That was great. The first one's a classic, man.
He was the head teacher in Scream, the Fonz.
Was he? Can't remember.
Henry Winkleman, yeah, Winkler, whatever his name is. Yeah, he was the head teacher in the first Scream film, I want to say.
I like him. He was. Did you watch Barry?
No.
He's in Barry.
I'm pretty sure it
Drew,
was. Can someone check that? Henry Winkler,
Drew,
head
have you not?
teacher.
Yeah, he's
Someone put that
definitely in
in
Scream,
Google.
mate. He's definitely. I saw Scream the other day. Yeah, he's
Drew,
definitely.
have
in
you
Scream.
not seen Barry? That seems up your street.
Oh yeah, it's when he's an actor. He's a hitman that's going to acting classes. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
So good. Anyway,
I saw bits of it. I just get so overwhelmed with how much TV there is
Yeah.
that I. But I'm watching True Detective season 4 at the moment, and I think it's absolutely
Is
fantastic.
it good?
man.
I haven't started.
I think
I
it's
watched
right
the
up
first
there.
two with Woody Harrelson and
Yeah, that's amazing though. That's the best season.
Yeah.
what's the one with
Yeah,
Kurt
Matthew
Colza?
McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey.
Where they're like, "Welcome to Colza." What's that one? Where
Yeah, that's
it
the one.
starts off with the sacrification on the tree.
Yeah, man, that is the one. That's True
That's
Detective
the one.
season
Yeah,
1.
that's so
Oh,
Oh
good.
yeah. Oh, and there was a
My
second one
name's
as
Matthew
well.
McConaughey, and I need subtitles.
In
Yeah.
the second
I've
series,
started
wasn't
rewatching-
that was Mahershala Ali. Mahershala Ali was in that. He was the main guy for that one.
Yeah, he was in season 3, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
with Stephen Dorff. Yeah.
I've started.
I just think
Stephen
the way that they've
Dorff
got the
from
two
Blade.
women leads is really exciting. Yeah, he was in season 3 of True Detective. Rosie? It's actually a real. I think it's a UFA fighter or something. The lady from
USA
season
fighter,
4.
UFC fighter.
What the other?
That's not even a word.
Sorry, what the person that's not Jodie Foster?
UFC.
Well, the person that's not Jodie Foster is a UFC fighter.
Yeah, I think so.
What was
But
her
yeah,
name?
but basically,
Blade
season
Cross.
4 is set in Alaska, and 8 scientists go missing, and they're found under really horrendous circumstances, and it's like a really cool kind of whodunit. But they've infused like demonic, satanic elements, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat, man. It's such a roller coaster. I'm absolutely loving the
Oh, I'm up
shite.
for that. I can't wait to see it. I'm just waiting for it to finish because me and Sadie will.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing that. Like, I mean, we've already committed now, so it's like we wait every week, and like Monday is like one of the best days now because obviously it's released at midnight in America. So we just treat ourselves to it on Monday, and it's just so good.
Nice. Well, we should probably call it quits now, but I'll just mention one more announcement today. Cobra Kai, the 6th and final season. Cobra Kai is coming out.
Ooh.
Did you
Final
guys?
season,
You guys
you
see
say?
that one?
I saw
Yeah.
season 1.
It's really good.
saw
How did the
season
last one end? Didn't Matey Boy escape from? He faked his death, didn't he? No, escaped. John
And it-
Kreese. He
it
faked
was
his
the other
death
bad guy as
and
well.
escaped.
was
And
not-
Terry Silver got arrested.
That was it, Terry
So you know the-
Silver, yeah, because John Kreese got
And
arrested.
then John Kreese faked his death.
You know the guy-
He escaped from prison. Remember that bit?
Yes, I do.
You know the guy who's Karate
He
Kid?
escaped from prison.
Yeah,
Which
just,
one?
just to make this go full circle, because obviously we were talking about actresses and how old they were and how they look amazing. The guy that was the Karate Kid is now the Karate Man.
Ralph Macchio.
Ralph
yeah.
Macchio, yeah.
He's like 60 something. Mate, he's 60 something.
He's another
63.
vampire. Do you know? Here's one for you. Terry Silver is younger than Ralph Macchio by quite some way.
See, now, guys, that's called going full circle. That's called
So if
going
you
full circle.
think when Daniel LaRusso was against Terry Silver, you would have said Terry Silver was a good 10, 15 years older than him. It's the other way around.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's mind blowing.
But now
That's
Google
mind-blowing.
Terry Silver.
He's 1
how
year
old he is.
younger.
He's younger.
Terry Silver's
Huh?
1 year younger.
But imagine the movie when Daniel LaRusso was like a little kid, and he's like this big
Meant to be an
6'2"
adult.
like bloke,
Much taller than him, yeah.
and he's younger than him. That's insane. Isn't it? Macked.
And we'll end on that. See you
Yeah.
for episode 3.
Laters, bitches.